So you could do push-ups instead of pull-ups to get your freaking score? Ain't no way, man. I graduated Marine Corps boot camp back in 2007, so I'm old enough now to watch this and say, back in my day. So today we're looking at Marine Corps boot camp 2026. If I see air conditioning or gentle parenting from any of these drill instructors, I swear I'm turning this video off. Let's get into it.
Recruit training is the first battle every Marine must face. It's a transformation designed to strip away old habits and replace them with the discipline, resilience, and mindset required to earn one of the military's most respected titles. They learn to lead when they're
homie getting yelled at by a female drill instructor. See, I forgot you guys do the intermingling now. Look, back in my day, I can say that now, we didn't have female drill instructors yelling at male recruits. Like, it wasn't a thing. I only seen it happen one time to this country recruit. We were in the laundry room doing team week, and he gets yelled at by a female drill instructor. Afterwards, I asked him, I was like, hey, man, what was it like? He was like, I don't know, man. I was a little bit scared, but I was also turned on. I was like, man, you know what? He's going to be a good Marine. He's built for this.
Make decisions under stress and perform as part of a team where failure is not an option.
Dude needs a haircut.
Every challenge is designed to build confidence, discipline, and the ability to overcome adversity. Drill instructors don't simply raise their voices. They are professionally trained to use vocal projection as a tool of authority. And there's documented military reasoning behind every element of it. But the intensity also serves a purpose.
How many drill instructors you guys have? Good Lord, y'all. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's like 10 of y'all.
And the ability to perform under pressure.
There's more drill instructors than freaking recruits.
Many people miss. The yelling usually...
There's even more in the back? No way, dude.
It decreases as recruits improve. The more disciplined and capable they become.
And she got cornrows. I'm sorry to keep pausing this video.
The less they need constant correction. The moment recruits step off the bus at Marine Corps boot camp, their civilian life is
Dude, I can't help myself. But do females and males sleep in the same squad bay? What?
The arrival happens at night by design. The Corps uses darkness, bright lights, and shouted orders to strip away comfort and familiarity before training has even technically begun. Over the next 13 weeks, this is the place where ordinary civilians are trained to become United States Marines. Every enlisted Marine begins at one of two locations, Parris Island, South Carolina, or San Diego, California, the only two recruit depots on American soil. Marine Corps drill instructors are hand-selected non-commissioned officers who complete some of the most demanding instructor training in the U.S. military before they're permitted to train recruits. Standing in front of his new recruits for the first time, the senior drill instructor delivers a speech he has refined over many cycles. It's a controlled, deliberate address with a single objective: to ensure every person in that room understands exactly what they've committed to.
Some of the best speeches you're going to hear.
My name is Staff Sergeant Cole, and I am your senior drill soldier. I'm assisted in my duties by Drill Soldier Staff Sergeant Pilkington, Drill Soldier Staff Sergeant Bateman, and Drill Soldier Staff Sergeant Dominguez. Our mission!
Yo, I also forgot that drill instructors, like this dude's a staff sergeant. I forgot they don't have stacks. Like, they don't have ribbons like they used to, bro. Because the war is ended and a lot of the dudes got out. I forgot about that.
It's to train each one of you to become a United States Marine. A Marine is characterized as one who possesses the highest in military virtue. They obey order, respect their seniors, and strive constantly to be the best in everything they do. Discipline and spirit are the hallmark of a Marine. Each one of you can become a Marine if you develop discipline and spirit. We will give every effort to train you, even as some of you have given up on yourself. Starting now, you will treat me and all of the Marines with the highest of respect, for we have earned our place in the Marine and will accept nothing less than death from you. We'll treat you as if you are fellow Marines with fairness, fairness, dignity, and compassion. Physical or verbal abuse by any Marine or recruit will not be tolerated. If anyone should abuse or mistreat you, I expect you to report such incidents immediately to me or to my soldiers. Furthermore, if you feel that I have mistreated you, I expect you to report such incidents to your serious commander. My soldiers and I will be with you every day, everywhere you go. I've told you my soldiers and I will do. From you, we demand the following. You must give 100% yourself at all times. Obey our orders quickly, willingly, and without question. Treat all Marine and recruits courtesy and respect. You will not physically abuse or verbally threaten another Marine or recruit. Be completely honest in everything you do. A Marine never lies or cheat. Respect the rights and properties of all others. A Marine never steal. You must work hard to strengthen your body, your spirit, and your mind. Be proud of yourself and uniform in our word. And above all else, never quit or give up, for we offer you the chance of recruit training and opportunity to earn the title United States Marine.
Let's talk about that for a second. That is one of the greatest things about Marine Corps boot camp. Everybody gets that senior drill instructor speech when you first get there, and everybody remembers that speech. It's the same speech that they probably been doing for like 20 years. That's the same speech I got. Yeah, it has been 20 years since they did it. That dude crushed it, man.
Hey, sir! I'm sorry, sir. Speed! Aye, sir! Aye, sir! Good one, man! Speed! Aye, sir! Aye, sir!
What they have coming for the next 3 months, I would probably say for a lot of them, probably like a wake-up call, because they're not probably being used to being yelled at for the first time, or being demanded on, or like getting told what to do and being.
Hey, his sleeve's looking good.
I think a lot of them probably have a hard time like waking up early, and PTing is probably gonna be a big physical strain on their body, because a lot of them probably haven't worked out prior to coming here. A mental challenge with having to do with being in a new environment and new challenges for them.
I stand corrected. I don't think the females and the males bunk together, because that would be kind of messed up, right? Like, somebody let me know in the comments, because look, I don't know what's going on in 2026, okay? But yeah, let me know, because I kind of need some clarification now. I'm a little bit concerned.
Themselves as this recruit and address every drill instructor as sir or ma'am.
Same.
A system that enforces discipline and structures communication from the first day. When verbal correction isn't enough, drill instructors have a second tool, and recruits learn fast what it means to be sent to the quarterdeck.
Incentive training. Getting IT'd, boy. These guys are inside of the recruit training facility, which is pretty much like a classroom in an auditorium. The drill instructors periodically just come in, pick 10 random people, take them outside, and then smoke them in the sand pits. I don't know why, but it's kind of funny, man. I always got chosen. It's probably because I look weird.
Training, known as IT, is the Marine Corps' structured system of physical correction. Push-ups, flutter kicks, and sustained physical exertion used not as punishment, but as a targeted method for addressing lapses in discipline, focus, and effort.
Not as punishment, y'all. Remember that. Not as punishment. It's never punishment.
IT is governed by explicit rules, set time limits, required exercise combinations, and strict guidelines on who can administer it and under what circumstances.
The circumstances are they just chose you, bro. That's it. You're a target. Everybody in that building behind him is just a straight up target.
Marine, certain baseline requirements have to be met first. A high school diploma or GED is required, along with U.S. citizenship or legal residency status.
Get that butt down.
Recruits must fall between 17 and 28 years old, and every applicant has to clear a criminal background check with no felony convictions on record. Before life,
Look at homie leaning right here. You see him going like this, like leaning forward. I'm going to tell you right now, man, if you did that when I was in, bro, they would pick that dude out and make him go back. They would correct that shit immediately. I'm just saying.
both had scopes, and warfare relied on
No,
satellite
hell no. He not
intelligence.
doing all that.
Close order drill was how armies maneuvered and fought as a coordinated unit, a command system that transformed large numbers of individual soldiers into a single organized force.
To be on this legendary parade day. The third battalion. Iron in. Third battalion, we scream.
The battlefield has evolved significantly, but the Marine Corps has retained close order.
Yeah, they phase one.
Because what it builds has nothing to do with tactics and everything to do with the individual executing them.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but I don't think we rolled sleeves until we were later in the phases. Like, I think you just went sleeves down, right? We didn't roll sleeves until we were phase 2 or whatever, right? Somebody correct me. It's been 20 years, man. My memory ain't that dang good. Come on now.
Every command executed precisely. Every movement performed in unison. Every boot hitting the deck at the same instant. The Marine Corps uses this to develop something that doesn't show up on a scorecard, but matters in the field: discipline, attention to detail, and the ability to respond to orders immediately.
Why are they holding their hands up in the back?
Recruits first learn to move their weapon, carrying it, turning with it, and treating it as part of their kit rather than a separate object.
Yeah, we didn't do that. Yeah, we didn't do the whole hands
Within
up.
the first few days of arriving at Marine Corps Recruit Depot, every recruit faces one of their earliest tests, the initial strength test. It's not just a formality.
The IST?
The IST is the Marine Corps way of finding out if you're actually ready for what's coming. 3 events.
They making females do pull-ups?
And the start of training, pull-ups or push-ups, a plank, and a timed 1.5-mile run.
Yeah. Females, they just did the flexed arm hang. They make y'all do pull-ups.
Down to one thing: how strong are your arms and shoulders? Men need at least 3 pull-ups to pass, but if pull-ups aren't in the cards, 34 push-ups in 2 minutes is the alternative. Women must hit 1 pull-up or 15 push-ups.
Time out. Can we go? They didn't just say that. So you could do push-ups instead of pull-ups to get your freaking score? Ain't no way, man. Pull-ups are one of the harder things to do, bro. Anybody can bust out 100 freaking push-up. God dang it, man. I'm about to turn this freaking video off if they can do or push-ups. You gotta be kidding me.
Strong. It's about proving you are. Forearms flat, elbows under shoulders, body locked in a straight line from head to heels. That's the position, and recruits have to hold it. The minimum? 1 minute and 10 seconds, but in Marine time, that can feel like an eternity.
I'm getting more angry the more I watch
That
this.
separates the fit from the merely hopeful, the 1.5-mile timed run. Every recruit runs the full measured course. No
My fault, y'all. This is the IST. I shouldn't be jumping the gun here because this is the initial strength test, right? If the PFT, the physical fitness test, you could do push-ups instead of pull-ups, problems. That's all I'm saying. I am not going to be happy about that.
shortcuts, no exceptions. The clock doesn't negotiate. Platoons go out in 1-minute intervals, keeping the field organized and the pressure very much alive.
No way he's struggling like that during the IST.
Men
That's
have to
not
cross
good.
the finish line in 13 minutes and 30 seconds. Women get 15 minutes. But neither standard is what you'd call forgiving. And here's the strategic twist. The run comes last, after your arms and core are already burning. Pass the IST and you earn the right to begin recruit training. Fail, and you don't move forward. It's that simple. Recruits who fall short get pulled into remedial conditioning until their body catches up to the standard.
That sucks. You don't want to be on remedial anything in the Marine Corps.
But clearing the IST only means you've hit the floor, not the ceiling. The expectation is rapid, significant improvement from day one. Later in boot camp, the physical fitness test raises the stakes. Harder standards, longer distances, less margin for error.
So much better because we talk about max pull-ups in 2 minutes. I don't see any of the push-up stuff. So I think we may be good, actually.
It's the moment a civilian first proves they might have what it takes to become a United States Marine. The first brick in a foundation built on physical and mental toughness.
Yes, sir.
Once recruits prove they have the strength and endurance to begin, they're handed a different kind of test, the obstacle course.
The
Built to see
O-course.
how fast they can move, react, and push through under pressure.
Hey, I like the O-course a lot,
Basically,
man.
it forces a recruit to utilize their upper body strength, their core strength, and their lower body strength. So you're going to have a little bit of aches and bruises from time to time here.
Oh,
Ultimately, the hardest part is going to be the rope at the end because they've already exhausted energy. So they have to set the brake in order to get up to the rope, which is the biggest fundamental that we want them to see is understanding how to set the brake with the rope.
Recruits complete hikes that increase in distance and load as training progresses.
oh yeah, humping sucks balls, man. Ain't gonna lie.
By
I
the end of
ain't like
recruit
that.
training, each recruit is carrying a rifle and a pack that together weigh around 45 pounds. The confidence course consists of 15 distinct.
Can we go back a little bit? Y'all got to wear gloves? She got gloves on. Is that a thing? We were never really allowed to wear our beanies or gloves or anything that gave you mild comfort. Okay. But she got a moonbeam on. That's good at least. Road guards post. Y'all remember that?
Designed to test mental composure and push recruits past personal limits and fears.
Recruits mostly struggle with the slide for life, the one where they go on top of a tower and they slide down a rope over water. Kids are afraid of both heights and water, so it combines them.
Hey, man, I like that part.
The recruits by allowing them to face different adversities and see how they react to them, such as heights and water survival.
I didn't like the heights part. Even though I became a helicopter pilot later on.
Biological,
hated heights in boot camp.
radiological, and nuclear training, commonly called the gas chamber, teaches recruits to properly use a gas mask under actual exposure to airborne irritants, building confidence in their protective equipment.
Oh, hey. Why are they wearing frog gear now? Y'all got to wear frog gear in boot camp? If you don't know, frog gear is like the little camis at the top, and then you have the heat resistant stuff in the middle.
Early in boot camp, recruits get their first chance to write home. It's a short letter, just enough to tell family where they are and how to send mail. For many recruits, they carry real weight during an intense and isolated training environment.
Let's see who we can believe.
Y'all want to read some of that dude's letter? All right, let's read this guy's letter real quick because he actually makes some very good points here. For an example, if you look down here where it says, I miss watching sports, listening to music, choosing when to eat, knowing what time it is, sitting down, having a phone, with so many other things. The reason I wanted to pull that up is because you don't really know what time it is. It's either early in the morning or it's late at night. Like you have no idea. You don't have a watch. You're not walking around. Nobody's telling you time. There's no clocks. There's no cell phones. There's none of that fun stuff. You kind of miss being able to know what time of day it is. I know it sounds weird, but that's a big fact right there. Now he dropped it in there just like.
Every Marine is required to be water capable. Each recruit
Water
completes
capable.
a swim qualification that tests their ability to navigate water and demonstrate confidence in aquatic environments.
Swim qual.
For a lot of them, they haven't been in a big body of water like this before. So most of them haven't even swam like the county pool or anything like that. So this is the first time entering the water. Kind of break the barrier like that. So it's a requirement because we as Marines are amphibious by nature and we're deployed on MEUs throughout the year. It's obviously good for us to know how to swim if a situation were to arise. where you have
Land,
to-
air, or sea.
Example I like to use all the time. You have confidence in your gear being your cam use for recruit to wear, being able to float with that gear, just having the confidence being able to swim in the water. So amphibious by nature, we're constantly deployed on ships. So I definitely say by land, obviously ship to shore movement. The guys are going to be on the AAVs, the amphibious vehicles. We're obviously going to need to do that because sometimes they're not going to be able to bring the vehicles directly on shore. They're going to have to tread water, probably like in the depth I'm in now. So just have that confidence to have the combat load on and be able to maneuver through the water from ship to shore movement.
Okay, I'm liking it.
Every Marine is, before anything else, a rifleman. Phase 2 of recruit training focus.
Go back for a second. Look at their rifles. Look very closely at their rifles. They actually have flags inside of them. Hey, we never had to put the flags inside of our rifles. That's kind of cool, though. At least I don't remember doing it. Maybe we did. I don't know. It's 20 years ago. Come on, leave me alone.
Every Marine is, before anything else, a rifleman. Phase 2 of recruit training focuses on the proper handling and employment of the rifle. Before recruits qualify, they complete Grass Week, a full week of instruction from primary marksmanship instructors. These instructors are subject matter experts responsible for teaching the fundamentals of marksmanship to every recruit.
Seconds from the same position as I'm ready. Ready 1. Ready 2.
Recruits learn multiple firing positions.
I forgot you guys train on ACOGs. We just had iron sights. I didn't go to an ACOG until we were on a pre-deployment and then in Afghanistan. That's the only time that we actually used optics. So, yeah.
How to use their combat optic for proper sight alignment, and how to manage trigger control. They then practice through dry fire drills, rehearsing each technique on targets before live rounds are introduced. The following week is Range Week, or Table 1, where recruits fire live ammunition and are formally evaluated. Recruits engage targets from the 200-yard line, 300-yard line, and 500-yard line using the sitting.
Man, the standing shooting thing always just looks kind of goofy.
During Grass Week. Passing Table 1 qualification is a requirement to advance to the next phase of training. There are no exceptions.
Man, who's hitting the berm? Oh, never mind. That's behind the target. Never mind.
Our priority is training, so we were ready and we set up the range in a day's notice. So entry-level marksmanship is pretty much we're just giving those fundamentals and the basics to all recruits. Most recruits that come nowadays don't actually understand marksmanship, or they come with bad habits. So essentially with Grass Week, the PMIs try to break down the bad habits. Then once they come on to Firing Week, the PMIs work with the block NCOs and also the coaches to instill the Marine Corps habits of shooting.
Phase 3 shifts focus to field skills and combat tactics. Recruits complete Table 2, the second half of rifle.
Yeah, buddy. This is where boot camp actually gets pretty fun, if you want to call it that.
Techniques, including position transitions, multiple target engagements, moving target engagements, and speed reloads under time pressure. Unlike Table 1, recruits wear a Kevlar helmet and flak jacket and engage targets at the 25-yard and 100-yard lines.
Yeah, buddy.
Recruits then take the combat fitness test, which evaluates physical capacity across a set.
Before we get into the combat fitness test, let me explain something to you guys. This did not exist when I first entered the Marine Corps. We did 2 PFTs biannually, so 2 times a year. They're like, hey guys, we're doing a brand new program. We're going to revamp the United States Marine Corps and we're going to make it more combat focused. So they brought out the combat fitness test. Now, there was no score at all. It wasn't even a pass or fail. There was nothing. They're like, this is a trial run. So some of our NCOs and stuff were like, hey man, don't be putting out for this test. Set the bar really low so that the scores are low for the Marines that are coming behind us, right? I should have known off the bat that was not going to work. One person starts going in front of the other, and next thing you know, everybody's in a full-blown sprint, and it jacks all the scores up. Everybody wanted to be too competitive.
The test includes a half-mile sprint, a 2-minute repetition lift using 30-pound ammunition cans, and a maneuver under fire event. That event is a timed 300-yard shuttle course involving sprints, low and high crawls, a buddy drag, a fireman's carry, ammo can carry, push-ups, and a grenade throw.
Hey, look, the CFT is intense, but it's very short. That's the good part about it.
Basic warrior training, or BWT, covers
BWT's fun.
skills, including land navigation, hand and arm signals, fire and movement, and identifying improvised explosive devices. These skills apply directly across a wide range of combat scenarios.
Brings back the memories.
In the fleet.
Yes, sir. You're not taking your sweet time right across that area. Sir.
But then, of course, it's a simulated combat zone, basically. So we get them out here, put them in a real-life situation, got some battlefield noises, and basically putting them through some hardship together, get them used to that mentality.
It's not just rifles and physical training that shape a recruit. Throughout boot camp, recruits attend combat casualty care, a class that could one day mean the difference between life and death. It teaches the kind of skills no one hopes to use, but every Marine needs to know how to stop bleeding, treat shock, and keep someone alive long enough to get them out. Getting fitted for a uniform sounds simple, but for a recruit,
nope.
It happens on a schedule with real meaning. The first fitting comes on training day 26 in Phase 2. The second arrives on the first day of Marine Week in Phase 4, the moment recruits are finally dressing not as recruits, but as Marines.
Got them green on green, them sea bags. If you don't want to hear this, go ahead and skip this part of the video. This is a super spoiler alert. But y'all know that badass dress blue uniform that you always see all these Marines have? That's fake. They have a whole bunch of different dress blue tops, and you just walk up, they put it on you, you stand there, you take the picture, you take it off, give it to the next person. That's it. I didn't know that until I got there, but I can never look at those pictures the same again.
Recruits then complete their final drill evaluation, a formal assessment of every drill movement.
Final drill is fun, man.
Behind each one. The Marine Corps Martial Arts Program, known as MECMAP, is not a standalone fighting discipline. It's a combat system developed by the Marine Corps to build disciplined warfighters across multiple dimensions. Introduced in 2001, MECMAP draws from traditional hand-to-hand techniques and modern close-quarters combat methods.
We're going to talk about MECMAP in just a second, y'all.
Up here on MCRD, I'm a drill instructor, but I also work at instructor training company. I'm a martial arts instructor. I teach MECMAP to recruits. Body sparring is hand-to-hand combat, so the recruits can have the feel of actually being in a fight. It's important. It doesn't matter what MOS you are. It's important because you never know which situation you're in or going to be in the future. It can be in a combat situation or it can be domestic, which can be here in our home territory.
I miss Pugil sticks, man. You break it on somebody, you get a phone call home. That's how that works. Because it's just a piece of wood in the middle of it and you're swinging that thing around. Let's talk about MECMAP for a second, because in boot camp you get the bare minimum. It's kind of basic. It's very simple. Of course, they don't have tons of time to be training you in hand-to-hand combat. So a lot of Marines get out of boot camp. They go out to bars and stuff and get beaten up and wonder why. That's why. Now, when you get later into the ranks of MECMAP, it can actually be a very good martial art form. But in the beginning, man, woo, a bunch of boots be getting beaten up out in town. It's crazy.
Recruits train in unarmed combat, edged weapons, improvised weapons, and rifle and bayonet fighting, often under compounding physical and mental stress. The program is structured around a belt progression, starting with a tan belt, the baseline level every Marine must earn before leaving recruit training.
Then they get beaten up out in town. Seen it happen a lot, actually.
As Marines advance in their careers, they can earn gray, green, brown, and black belts, each requiring
that's where it gets better.
Proficiency, demonstrated leadership, and consistent character. MECMAP also incorporates instruction in Marine Corps values, ethical decision-making, and the warrior ethos at every belt level, reinforcing the same standards the Corps holds across all other areas of training. Before the final event, recruits complete the physical fitness test, or PFT, which evaluates overall physical readiness. Recruits are scored on pull-ups or push-ups, crunches or a timed plank, and a 3-mile run. Then comes the final and most demanding challenge of recruit training, the Crucible.
Hey, the Crucible, here we go. This is where it's actually really fun, man. I love the Crucible.
Introduced by General Charles Krulak in 1996, the Crucible was built to anchor recruit training around realistic combat scenarios.
Dang, it's in
abstract
1996?
exercises.
I didn't know that.
It fundamentally changed what the process of becoming a Marine looks like.
Bang!
The word crucible means a severe test, or a place where extreme forces interact to produce change. The Marine Corps chose it deliberately. Over the years, the Crucible has been updated to reflect the conflicts the Corps was actually engaged in, incorporating immediate action drills, simulated casualties, and the stories of Marines who had already served in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Let's talk about this real quick because this is one of the most influential moments of my entire time inside of the Marine Corps. It just looks like a tire with some red paint on it or these weird obstacles, but there's so much more to that. They read a story of a Medal of Honor recipient or some Marine from Iraq or Afghanistan that went through a similar situation, and then they built this course after them and their struggles. And it really put things into perspective. These are Marines that had to move ammo in horrible conditions under severe enemy fire with absolutely nothing. They did exactly what the Marine Corps tells you to do. We take nothing and turning into everything, right? We improvise, we adapt, and we overcome. And I absolutely loved this part of boot camp. I thought it was phenomenal. And I'm glad they're still doing it today.
Recruits are issued 3 MREs to cover the entire 54-hour event, with no scheduled meal times. They eat when and where the training schedule allows. Each recruit carries a pack containing an extra set of camouflage utilities, underwear, 2 pairs of socks, a tent, tent poles, a sleeping bag, and a bivy bag, everything required to sustain themselves.
Yeah, bivy bag.
The Crucible does not pause after dark. The training intensifies. The night infiltration course puts recruits through a simulated night patrol, moving toward enemy positions in complete darkness.
Bro, I love this part so much.
Simulators go off around them. Machine guns fire blanks overhead, and the platoon navigates a live obstacle course while absorbing a controlled simulation of a firefight. This is the closest to actual combat conditions recruits will experience before entering the operating forces. All recruits complete multiple events throughout the Crucible, each designed to exhaust them physically and mentally while evaluating everything trained over the previous weeks.
During that part right there, when you're low crawling, you're buddy crawling, or whatever you want to call it, they will come out there and pick the absolute biggest country corn-fed dude there is and be like, all right, man's is dead. Now you got to drag his ass. Bro, that part sucks. That will exhaust you, man. It's always the biggest dude, too. Every time. Every time.
They confront stresses and obstacles they had not previously encountered or overcome. One event is the day movement course, where recruits navigate high walls, barbed wire, low crawls, and buddy rushes across the terrain. Another is the Battle of Fallujah event, where the entire team low crawls an extended distance while transporting ammunition cans to a designated finish point.
That stuff sucks, man.
The final event of the Crucible is a 12-mile hike. Known as the Reaper, It is the last physical test of the Crucible, a 12-mile march that pushes recruits to the outer limit of what they have remaining. At the end of the march stands a steep hill. Every recruit who has made it this far has to climb it. By this point in the event, recruits have already burned through reserves most people would consider their absolute limit. The pack still weighs 40 pounds. The hill doesn't care. They climb it one step at a time through the physical and mental resistance that builds at that level of sustained output. Marines who have completed the Reaper tend not to dwell on the difficulty of the climb. What they remember is reaching the top.
We're going to talk about this in a sec.
Recruits assemble on the parade deck for the...
Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no, what the hell is that? Y'all see it? I'm going to give you 2 seconds. Time's up. Y'all don't see it? Dudes over there holding hands, man. You're not over there holding hands in boot camp. It don't work like that, bro. If somebody would have, if the drill instructor would have saw that, he would have absolutely destroyed them for that. Sitting around singing Kumbaya and all that, bro. You're supposed to be putting in work and finishing that climb. And look, we're going to talk about the Reaper for a second because the Reaper only exists in San Diego. So you don't do this in Paris Island. It's just a straight up march. You just head back. It's 12 miles. It is what it is. There is a big difference between San Diego and Paris Island in terms of this final event. They call it the Reaper in San Diego. They just finished the Crucible in Paris Island.
The moment they've earned the eagle, globe, and anchor, the emblem of the United States Marine Corps. This ceremony marks the transition from recruit to United States Marine. Drill instructors shift roles at this moment from trainers of recruits to mentors of Marines. The new Marines no longer address their drill instructors as sir or ma'am, but by rank.
That's a huge thing. You finally start to feel like a human again after this moment. That's why all these dudes are crying and stuff too. Then you sing the Marine Corps hymn at the end. I forgot about that.
These Marines then receive instruction on topics directly relevant to their lives in the fleet and beyond. The Fleet Marine Force, professional conduct, core values, and practical subjects like driver safety. Small group sessions allow drill instructors to cover these topics in more depth than the structured training phases allow. The battalion commander's inspection follows, during which each new Marine's uniform is evaluated as they prepare to transition to the fleet. On Family Day, Marines complete the motivational run and reunite with their families for the first time since entering recruit training. Finally, graduation, the formal close of recruit training. Recruits are released by their drill instructors, spend the rest of the day with family, and then move on to the next stage of their military careers. For 250 years, the United States Marine Corps has maintained its position at the front of American military operations. The first deployed, the last to withdraw. Every objective taken, every engagement completed, every hill held has added to a record built not on circumstance but on consistency, sacrifice, and a training standard that has never been lowered. Since 1775, Marines have shaped not only military outcomes but the culture of service this country relies on, both on the battlefield and in the character they carry after leaving it. The nature of warfare has changed many times across those 250 years, the weapons, the environment, the adversary, but the defining quality of the Marine has remained constant.
Look, there's a lot of differences from when I went back in 2007 to 2026, but there's a lot of similarities at the same time. And I love to see that everything is still organized. It's still intense. It still pushes his recruits to their limits. And yeah, there's a little bit of weird stuff here and there, but I also think this was a very good video in highlighting all of those phases and the stages of Marine Corps boot camp. Probably one of the better ones I've seen. I've watched other creators and it's just kind of meh. The commentary is kind of boring. That was actually really dope. I'm gonna go ahead and put the link in the description so you guys can check out the original video video if you want to watch it. We're going to be covering a bunch of different branches and other reactions as we go forward. So make sure that you subscribe. As always, the video is going to pop up on your screen I made just for you. And until next time, see ya.